I haven't started it yet.
You're scared.
Some more over. The new commissioner. It is time.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have to call the meeting to order. Obviously, we're here to see about filling the vacant spot. And so I appreciate everybody who came to speak. Mr. Nisley is sick, so he is on Zoom, and we're going to Statway. I think we're just the idea is that everybody has 3 minutes to come up and talk about why they are interested in the open spot. I got just a list of names. I don't know if it's, yep, it's alphabetical. So if I just go that way. Are there any questions or anything before we get started? Okay, well, I appreciate that everybody's here. Tony Hall, you are an H, so you get to go first.
Excuse me for not taking my coat off. If I would have known it was gonna be this cold, I would have worn long underwear and warmer shoes. Anyway. Mayor, councilman, council, commissioners, sorry. Administrator and city attorney. I am applying for the open position of streets commissioner and Parks and Rec. Position that Becky Chambers had before becoming mayor of Hiawatha, at which time I would like to congratulate you, Mayor, on that position. I have a very strong sense of community, and because of that, I would like to continue working for the betterment of our city. I have some knowledge and a lot of experience to what it takes to be a good steward for the citizens and for the city. I was committed utility commissioner here in Hiawatha for 7 years. And during that time, I was fully vested in the wastewater treatment plant project, worked closely with the sewer plant and their projects, post-Lantern, streets and their projects, Parks and Rec, police, and the fire department. All of which I visited on a daily basis. Now, I didn't visit each one of them on a daily basis. Maybe I visited 1 or 2 on a daily basis, but I was out and about and not overseeing, but watching projects as they progressed. I worked well with department heads and their employees. I worked well with the city administrator and their staff. And together we made positive changes. And that's what helps to make a better city. I was also on the city council for 11 years while I lived in Johnson County. And I was voted voted president for 4 years by my peers. It
So can you
was-
wait just 1 second, because I thought, are you keeping track of time so I can vote by the way?
Forgot. No, I did not.
Because I just want to be fair to everyone.
I only have a half page left.
I,
Since not having been reelected in 2020, I have attended most of the meetings, either in person or by Zoom when it worked. Currently, I'm on the, as far as committees, I'm on the United States Selective Service Board and have been since May of 2015. I'm on the Northeast Kansas Area Agency and Aging Board and have been for 5 years. I was on the Police Advisory Board that dissolved when Chief before that. But we're hoping to get that started. We've talked a few times and we've talked to Chief about it. And so we're still working on that. I just want to thank you, Mayor and Commissioners and all of you for allowing me this opportunity to tell you about my knowledge and my experience in my 18 years of, political service in city politics. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to, I'm losing my voice, sorry, to have this opportunity to try once again to be a part of this great community. I do want to say that I've been to many meetings. I've been to ethic meetings. I've been to street meetings, both here in Hiawatha and in Topeka. KDOT meetings, to sessions, to build communities in Wichita, Topeka, Manhattan, Lawrence. And I think going to meetings are, tell me, Brian, when my time's up, please.
You're asked, but
Oh, anyway, meetings are very important, mainly the networking at meetings. And good luck to you guys, and thank you all.
I apologize.
That's okay. I closed out on it too, so
multiple votes.
it's not there for 15 minutes, so we're good. So. Mr. Nisley, you're up next. If you can talk, you didn't sound very good earlier.
You have to unmute him.
And you're still muted.
Uh,
There you go.
Good evening, everyone. I don't know who all's in attendance, but I thank you for the time to be able to talk to you, commissioners, about the position, city commissioner that Becky Schamberg has vacated. I've lived in Hiawatha for 12 years. My two boys have graduated from high school here. We purchased our home 3 years ago, right next to the elementary school. Basically, we paid for it in rent for 9 years. Prior to that, my wife passed away 2 years ago next month. And I figured it was time to get involved and try to make a positive difference in Hiawatha. I've never been involved in politics. Don't like politics, but I certainly believe in the city commissioners. Housing to me is my biggest concern. We can't bring businesses or employees into this community until we have decent housing for them. And decent housing is another issue of mine. We have too many houses in Hiawatha that need to be raised, and they're not being raised. They're still sitting here. And so, again, like I said, I've never been in politics before, but I want to see a positive change in Hiawatha towards housing and to bring businesses in, to bring in employees that have decent housing to live in. I know we have teachers that are living out of state because there's no housing here in town for them. I also know that people are living in all I can say is slum houses that need to be raised. But obviously, that's all they can afford, and so we need to come up with a housing situation for the people that are either unemployed or have poor income. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much more to say other than I would be very interested in being a city commissioner and helping this city become the city that it already is, as well as that it can be in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Tom, you got a comment, please?
Forgive me, I'm a little nervous. It's been a while since I've interviewed. Mayor, commissioners, and city administrators. So I've lived in Hiawatha for 30 years. Had 2 jobs here. I love this town. My great grandparents are from here. My grandparents. And I enjoy working with things like the Maple Leaf festivals, the car shows, things like that. I love the town. This is the only way I know to give back to it, to help it out, help the people out. There's a lot of things that I think could be done to better the town. I really don't have a bunch to say. I like the town. Why I started to, or I ran for against you and Laura, and because I wanted a seat just to help it out. I'm not political at all. But that's really what I got. Thank you for your time.
Next would be Bob.
Good evening, Commissioners, Mayor. Here to apply for the open slot. A little bit about me. Lived in Hiawatha for 50+ years. Business owner here in Hiawatha. Had my business for 26 years. Construction background. So that may help, may hurt. But also went on 37 years in the Kansas Army National Guard, so definitely committed to the city, the future of the city. Housing, like one of the previous gentlemen mentioned, is definitely a priority. I think it needs to be for the city. Just a huge housing shortage, and just needs to, I don't know, get some heads put together and try to get some issues resolved, try to get some new housing built instead. Seems to be a big challenge. But it's not all I've got. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Roy.
Lauren, you're up.
I guess that's good. Good evening. My name's Laura Tollefson. I've met Mayor Chamber Commissioners. I've not met you, Becky Berger. Welcome to Hiawatha. Wasn't really sure how this was going to run, this interview, if it was going to be a lot of questions or what, but someone's going to have to play this by ear. I submitted my resume along with my letter of interest in this position. I hope you've all had the opportunity to review that. I was born and raised in the city of Hiawatha, attended Hiawatha schools, went to Kansas State University, served in the United States Air Force. My father passed away. I came back to Hiawatha to be with my mother. I served our community as a law enforcement officer for the city of Hiawatha for 23 years. Managed a federally financed low-income housing project here for 25 years. I also served as a paraeducator for Brown County Special Education. Currently, I'm the chairperson of the Sac and Fox Gaming Commission. So I've been there a couple of years now. I guess my background in Hiawatha is I'm really familiar with the diversity of Hiawatha, with the people, with the community, the geographics. I've worked with we recently owned 2 nursing homes that we just recently sold. So I've had a lot of relationships with a lot of really diverse groups of people, and I want to be a voice for these people. There's just so much that I want to be a part of. When I left law enforcement, I had a huge interest in being on the city commission and applying to be elected or to run for a position, but I lived just outside of the city limits until recently. There was a spot that came open for election. Ran against David. I think you're doing a great job, by the way, but it was just a position that was available. So that is why I'm here, to apply for Mayor Schamberg's vacant position. So I love this community. I intend on staying in this community. The first time I've ever had one job in my life, so I feel like I can make a commitment to the position if I am appointed. And I just want to thank you all for your time. Do you have any questions? No? No questions? Okay, thank you.
So after we've heard from everybody, I do want to say again, thank you for the interest that all of you have shown. It's encouraging that we have other people who are interested in the seat, because there are sometimes where we can't find anybody. So I appreciate the interest. I would encourage all of you to continue with that interest, whether it be to run again and when the next election goes around, or there's always several different committees and things that you can become involved in as well to start getting your foot into the whole city government thing. Because we always need people who are interested in, land bank, tree bank, just all that stuff. So I would encourage you all to continue to be a voice for the town as well. But at this time, I would like to make a motion to elect Tony Holt for the open position. And is there a second?
I'll second that.
Moving second, Lynette, could you please take a vote?
Commissioner Wilkie. Commissioner Shepherd,
Nay.
Commissioner Mendorf.
Aye.
Mayor Schamberg.
Aye. So currently there's not enough votes for this one. Is there any other motions?
I'll make a comment. First of all, I believe that there's 2 candidates here that stuck their neck out and they hit the ground running. They have signs. They invested their own money and their own time. Nothing against the other 2. I think that they do great too, but I would think that transparency to the public is going to be give these 2 people a chance. Laura, you had just a couple votes left and under Dave, and it was less than 50, I believe. Tom was a little bit behind, but I would like to concentrate on YouTube first. So with that said, I'll make a motion to make Laura Tolson sitting commissioner. We'll second it.
As far as, I guess I brought to ask for further discussion on my motion. I agree that Laura could be a good commissioner as well. However, at this point, where we're at. I think we need somebody with experience, and that's why I chose to go that route. Is there any other discussion? If not, then I could you please take a vote.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Mendorf,
They,
Commissioner Wilkie.
Aye.
Mayor Shamberg.
Nay. There are not enough votes to pass that motion either, or are there any other motions?
I'll make another motion to appoint Tom Martin as the next sitting commissioner. Again, like I said, these two people had lots of votes from the community and have done a good job of getting their names out there. There was a lot of signs for both of them.
Is there a second? So motion dies for lack of a second. Are there any other motions?
I'll make another motion for Bob Gray to be the next sitting commissioner.
Is there a second? Motion dies for lack of a second. Are there any other motions? If not, then we've had two motions that have not passed. Both at a 2-2 deadlock, I believe. Becky, unless I'm wrong, then it then goes to the city attorney.
My vote would go to elect Tony Bolt.
So, Tony Hall, looks like that you will be sworn in. The rest of you, thank you for showing up, for being here, and like I said, I highly encourage you to still become involved in all the different things we have in the city, and then at the next time when we have open positions. So. On to item 3, adjournment. Do I have a motion? Then moved in second to adjourn. Then I can take a vote, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed.